These are the Evercrisp trees. Hi, Jon Clements at the UMass Orchard, Belchertown, Massachusetts. Today's Thursday. I believe it's the 23rd of January 2020. These are the trees last week that we did the Facebook Live and Win Cogill pruned. You can see a main effort on these Evercrisp on Geneva 41 was to push the trees in and get rid of the big wood, because I was starting to see shading problems in here last year. Now here's some unpruned trees. He pruned, what, 4 trees? They look pretty good. I have a tendency to prune a little less harder than he does, perhaps. But the first step on this tall spindle planting, these trees are 3 feet apart, is to get rid of the bigger, older wood. So quickly, and using stub cuts, I'll go for getting rid of 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 of the biggest branches in the tree, because they've kind of, that's a nice piece of wood there, done their fruiting job. I won't get rid of that. So let's just say there's 2. Now, I might do one on the other side of the tree too when I get there. The next thing I'm going to do, if you notice, Evercrisp forms these forks at the end of the branches. We should have done some click pruning perhaps back here earlier in the life of this 1-year-old wood, and we wouldn't have had this long piece come out. Now I'm probably going to maybe just try a little click there to pull that back in. I'm going to shorten some of this stuff up because I just can't deal with the longer stuff. Perhaps we should come in here and maybe do that kind of click there. I'm going to single these forks out, shorten that up a little bit. Another fork here, shorten that up. All sorts of forks to try and push these trees back in. Again, they seem to, I think with the shading, have really pushed out farther than I'd like. And now what do I do with this piece? Well, let's cut it back. I don't like this real droopy stuff because I know that's going to be small wood. Right now, it's probably all I do on that side of the tree. Let's move to this tree. A few of the big branches, leaving stub cuts. That's too big, I think. I'll cut this back to that one. I cut this back, too big. And I think even this, oh boy, now we're going to start to lose wood. This one's probably too big. I don't know about this one. We might just cut it back to there for this year. Okay, I did my big branch removal. Now let's try and just shorten some of this stuff up. Boy, this is a tough piece of wood right here. I don't know. I'm going to shorten these up. I've got to pull these trees in. I like my wood to kind of become flat looking, cut out the weak drooping wood. I got to come back and do the tops later. Boy, I hate this. This is where I think some click pruning back last year on this 1-year-old wood would have helped that situation. Anyway, getting rid of some of this compound wood out here, doing a few heading cuts into 1-year-old wood to maybe push the trees back in. Real vertical stuff we get out, drooping stuff. Hope you can see this. I'm using a GoPro. Well, I don't like this tree, but that's, I don't know. What do you think we should do with this? Probably just going to leave it for now. All right, that side's done. Let's move on to another tree. This tree's a little weaker. It doesn't have that many big branches. I don't know. I got to take something out of here. Let's get rid of this. Let's cut this back to a shorter spur. This drooping wood up here. You know, if you got to think about this stuff too much, you don't have time. So you really got to get in there and just look at forks, look at drooping wood. Get rid of some of this duplicate wood, this forked wood. Take out stuff that's weak and drooping, leaving a little stub for some regeneration. And then your pruners can just move right along, I think. I don't know. See, that's all I do. Next tree. How much of this can you stand? Okay, I'm going to cut that big branch out. I'm going to cut this one back to that side shoot. We're going to eliminate these forks. I don't like this piece of wood at all, so let's cut it back and see if we get a new piece. Evercrisp seems to regenerate the wood pretty well. I don't like this piece hanging out here, so let's cut that back. Let's get rid of some of this stuff so we can see what we're doing. Get rid of some drooping wood. Pull everything back. Nice, I gotta do the other sides. Done. 2 more trees. Should we finish them? I don't know. I'm getting tired of picking apples from the ground, so I'm going to get rid of that big piece of wood. This here's getting kind of big. We'll cut this one back to here. I don't like the way that's developed. Should have been click pruned. I wonder if I can do that going down the road now. Get rid of this. Cut this back to a shorter, excuse me, piece there. I've been struggling with a cold. It's getting a little better, but nasty. All right. I don't know. They're not too bad. I don't like this. I just don't like this sticking out. What do you think we should do with this? Cut this back to here and grow a new piece? Let's do it. Grow a new piece. All right. Let's just that back to there. Maybe do a little click pruning in here. Take some big wood out. Take some low wood out. It's going to be on the ground. Cut some wood back. This older drooping wood can come out. Here's a bigger branch that should come out. Moving up the tree. Should we take this one out? Not yet. We'll flatten this one out. Cut this back a little bit. Not too crazy about the way this thing's going, so we'll cut that back. We'll single these out. Do a little click pruning, I guess, if I can figure that out in here. Maybe it'll help my situation for next year. Flatten things out a bit here. I don't know. As you can see, got to do the other side, but I'll typically work up one side of the tree and then down the other side. So I'm trying to, I really like my wood in these trees to look flat when I get done. You want to call it wood, whatever you want to call it. Do a little click pruning, get rid of a little more weak wood. I have a tendency to move right along pretty fast. Like I said, still got to do the other side, but as I walk back to the other side to do that, how's it look? All right, you said you wanted me to come out and prune these. I'd probably do that as a first go around, and that'd be it. And see the wood on the ground and my hat. What do you think? All right, feel free to leave comments. Oh, heck, while we're at it, we'll do the other side of a few trees here. This low branch again, I'm gonna cut that off with a flush cut. This is too big, but we probably want some regeneration there. We'll leave a stub cut. Do that, do that. I think I'm gonna get rid of this. Get rid of this one in the top. Do a little bit of, whatever you call it, click pruning there. A little click pruning here, maybe. I don't like the way this is going downhill, but we're kind of out there in the open. So, and then the top, I gotta push this top back up through the just my GoPro there. I don't know. I don't think it really matters that much what you do to this 1-year-old wood, but I'm seeing I should just cut it back a little more to keep these trees in bounds. Need to start this click pruning when the trees are young. Okay, I'm probably moving too fast, but let's look at a couple big branches here. Using some stub cuts, get rid of those. And there's lanky. I think you can see the effect of shading on some of this lower wood. I wanted to grow long and skinny. I think that's a result of shading. As I said, these have had a tendency to have kind of poor color, which I think is one of the faults of Evercrisp. Doesn't have too many faults other than that. Not bad looking, huh? Okay, one more here maybe. There's my top. I don't like these. I'm gonna restart these, to tell you the truth, see what happens. What am I gonna do here? Boy, I hate to make these kind of cuts, but I got some fruit on that piece of wood. I think again, if I'd come back here and maybe click prune this earlier, I'd have a better structure here to work with this year. So I gotta be thinking about that. There's my last piece of big wood. We're gonna bring this up. Just stub that back, leave a piece of fruit here. Okay, I guess. I don't know. We gotta get rid of this. You know, the tops of the trees, they just can't have big wood in them. But you know that. Get rid of one or two more big branches, flatten some stuff out here a little bit. Columnarize or singularize or whatever you want to call it. singularize, columnarize, simplify. A little click pruning maybe here and there. Again, if this maybe been click pruned, we'd have something better. So let's try and do that next year. Start it over. Start it over. I don't like these. What's this? Yeah. I don't have much left there, so I think I'm just going to cut that big piece off for this year. Leave this. Leave this. Just shorten this up a bit. I think I'm gonna try to get these down to singles at least. I better save a few trees in case this doesn't come out. Okay, drooping wood's a no-no. What do we got going on in here? Droop, droop, droopy. Shorten this up, just kind of maybe be good hand pruner work. Could send another pruner through here. I don't know. What do you think? Leave me some comments. I got thick skin, relatively. But seeing as still struggling to get over this cold, I'm going to quit for now. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.